Hey guys, it's a rabbit. I'm back. Oh boy, has it been a wild couple of months. University kicks your ass, kids. Just telling you. Anyway, so to celebrate my triumphant return, I want to talk about something I've wanted to talk about for a while, and that is women in horror on YouTube. I'm not going to be talking about women in horror as a genre in general, just women in horror on YouTube specifically. So I don't know how many of you follow me on Tumblr, but about a year ago I made a post right here talking about women in the horror community on YouTube and how there aren't that many women in the horror community on YouTube. For every one woman, there's like 10 to 15 men, regardless of subscriber number. Like, off the top of my head, I can think of Nick Spheres, Black Eyed Blonde, Madame Macabre, Rainbot, and that's about it when it comes to specifically horror creators on YouTube. Oh, and I guess me. I guess. But it's really interesting because I love horror. I love horror a lot, and I know a lot of women that do, but why is it that it seems to be more of a male thing on YouTube? Same thing goes with web series. The big three, Marble Hornets, Tribe 12, and Everyman Hybrid, all men. Any women that were in it were killed off, and it was just the main male protagonist. And that's not a bad thing. They're great stories. I love them all. I love them all. But I just think it's interesting that we are only just now seeing more female-driven web series. And that's a very recent thing. Like, I want to say 2017 forward, it's become more popular. If I had to name some solely female-driven web series before then, the only two I can really think of are Keratin Garden and TJ and Amy Projects, and those are done. Keratin Garden, I think, ended a couple of years ago. But I find that very interesting, because here we have, like, Daisy Brown, Hi, I'm Mary Mary, Echo Rose. That one's new. Made by the same person who did Daisy Brown, may I add. And one that I have recently discovered, Burns and Daly, which, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I've talked to the creator of that, and she said that the posts I made help her get the ball rolling with Burns and Daly and really kick that into action. And if you haven't seen Burns and Daly, I highly recommend you go watch it. It is a phenomenal web series, one of the best I've seen in a long time. But I just wanted to talk about, how important it is that not just women, but anyone follow their dream in the horror field or any field that you want to go into. I was a little nervous when I decided to switch my content to horror a couple years ago. I don't know how many of you know this, but I used to have an old channel back in 2013 where I would do just these random stupid videos, and I honestly thought I would be a gamer. I would make video game content for YouTube. That didn't work out, but I did love Slenderman when it came out, and I would watch so many videos on Slenderman, and I realized I have a real passion for horror and horror content. So I started reading creepypastas and SCPs, and I will start reading those again soon. I've been so busy, guys. I promise I'll get back to making regular videos soon. I promise. And I realized, there aren't a lot of women in this field. Why not I do it? too. And so I did. And now here I am. I'm making horror content for you guys, the viewer. But I think it's important that we realize that there is a gap in this genre where women can fill that. All of the web series that have been coming out that have been really big hits, like Daisy Brown and Hi, Mary Mary, I think they're going to become the next big three. I think we're waiting for that last really good web series that's really going to blow us out of the park. And I think it might be Burns and Daly. I really do. The new big three. I know people say the future is female, but I really do think that the future is female when it comes to horror. On YouTube specifically. I'm trying to think of any Twitter tales that are female driven. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but if you can, please put them down in the comments. I would love to read them. But I think we should all realize that it's not just a man's world when it comes to horror. Anybody can do it, really. So I'm really happy that more women are entering this field and being successful at it, because that shows that it's not just a men's world here. Women can enter it and be just as successful as anybody. Alright, so now I want to talk a little bit about those web series that I mentioned. I do want to make more videos going in depth into them, but I just want to give a basic overview and what I really like about them. So, Daisy Brown, I made a video about expressing my theories, some of which were correct, some of which were not. I really liked that because it was new. It was inventive. The use of puppets was something that had not really been seen before, except for, oh god, what was that one series where it was a puppet, and Nightmine talked about it during one of his candy bowls. God, I just thought of that, and I can't remember what it was called. It'll come to me later, I swear it will. But puppets we hadn't really seen before, and so that's what I really liked about Daisy Brown, and how it was an allegory for, abandonment and, the relationship with her father, and I really connected with that web series, a lot. And it was really good for me personally for those two reasons. Hi, I'm Mary Mary. I've already done a video about. I made an in-depth analysis there about it really talks about female mental illness, mental illness through the female perspective. I am someone who has depression and anxiety, and fucking sucks. But it's refreshing to see that through the female lens, because a lot of web series could be described as an allegory for depression or mental illness. And I think that's one of the great things about horror, is that it can be used to tackle other more serious topics in a way that's easy to understand. Which is why I really like Hi, I'm Mary Mary. Echo Rose. Oh my god. I love this woman. If I could be this woman, I would. I really like this because of the storytelling. Echo herself is very relatable, very, very funny. Humor and comedy and horror are like perfect for each other. They're two sides of the same coin. And I think it's really important. You have to have that comedy to kind of balance out the horror, because there are some serious things going on in that web series. If you have not watched it, you need to see it. It's amazing. If you like Daisy Brown, it's made by the same person who made Daisy Brown, and you will love it. But I think that's really important, and that's one of the things I really like about Echo Rose, and how she's managed to make this perfect baby of comedy and horror and make it so good and so relatable. That's what I really love about that web series. Burns and Daly, I've made a video about and I talked about, and you know how the big three, there's like one specific thing about it that is like really good. Marble Hornets had good story, Tribe 12 has good effects, and Everyman Hybrid has great characters. Now, I'm not saying that all of them don't have great effects or great story or great characters, but I'm just saying those are that's the thing that each one of them is known for. If I had to do the same thing with the ones I just talked about, Daisy Brown has great effects, great practical effects, which I'm a sucker for. Hi Mary Mary has great character and great, well, if I had to pick one, I'd probably say great special effects. Echo Rose, great character. And Burns and Daly, great story. Really good story. But I'm not saying that it's just those things that those series are good at. I'm just saying that's what I think of when I hear like Echo Rose or Daisy Brown or Burns and Daly. That's just what I think of when I hear that. Again, if you have not seen any of these, stop and go watch them. They're really, really good. I promise you will love them. Alright guys, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I've been wanting to make this video for a while because I did want to go more in depth on my thoughts on female horror creators and female-driven web series, because I think it's important, because there aren't really that many compared to all the ones that have come before. But I do think we're heading in the right direction with more female-oriented web series, and what's coming out of them is spectacular, and I'm really, really excited to see what comes next. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If there are any more web series that you guys have found or want me to talk about, please leave them down in the comments. And as always, this is Rabbit, signing out.